It's the professional MasterChef quarter-final. These 4 talented chefs stood out in their heats. Now, they will be judged on 2 challenges designed to test them even further.
Quarter-finalists, MasterChef professionals, the most amazing experience of my life. I just got engaged as well, so I shouldn't say that, but one of the best experiences of my life.
Yeah, the pressure's pretty intense, but it's kind of a good pressure, and I kind of love pressure.
I'm feeling very excited, very energetic. I can't wait to cook now.
A little tougher than I thought it was going to be. The skill of the chefs is very, very high, but nothing I can't handle.
First, they will have to devise one dish from scratch featuring one key ingredient.
It's fun, but it's delicious.
Then, they will go on to cook for 2 of the country's most discerning food critics.
The flavor's just poof.
Only the best will earn a place in the semi-finals.
These chefs are going to face 2 huge challenges in this quarter-final.
It is all in their hands. We will only be taking the best chefs through.
Chefs, welcome to your quarter-final. Every dish that you create in this kitchen has got to be something special. We want you to push yourselves to the next level, and that's exactly what you've got to do here today.
Chefs, we want you to cook one amazing dish that is inspired by the seaside. We've got some incredible seafood on these benches. We've got some fantastic ingredients. This dish has to be special. You can take inspiration from anywhere in the world. It could be the Caribbean, it could be Canvey Island, it could be south of France, it could be Skegness, it could be anywhere you like, but it's got to be good. You're gonna have 10 minutes to plan your menu, 70 minutes to cook and serve. Chefs, come up and collect your ingredients. Our chefs have an incredible array of seafood. We have lobsters, clams, we've got some sea bass, we've got turbot, we've got hake, we've got cod, and a nice selection of seaweed as well.
Some of these ingredients don't need a lot of messing around with, but that doesn't mean you should be keeping this safe.
I just don't want a fish dish on a plate. I want a story that sits behind it.
I love cooking seafood. As soon as I seen the langoustines in the tray, I made a beeline for them, so looking forward to using them and hopefully doing them some justice.
Yeah, it's a big chance to show what I can do. Got to put a good dish up.
There's a ton of ingredients to choose from. It's like, yeah, it's overwhelming, if anything.
Chefs, your 10 minutes is up. You have 1 hour and 10 minutes to create one amazing dish. Good luck.
Inspired to cook by his late grandmother, 31-year-old Leeds head chef Jono has over 5 years' experience working in Michelin-starred restaurants. So far in the competition, Jono has impressed by mixing modern flavor combinations with classic techniques.
For the invention test today, I'm looking forward to it. I don't really need a plan. I can just freestyle and come up with whatever I feel. Just give me a couple of minutes to work out what I need to do, and then we'll smash it out.
You all right, Jono?
Very good, thank you.
Tell us, what have you used for inspiration here?
I'm going with British seaside. First thing that comes to mind is fish and chips. So I've gone for basically a posh fish and chips. So we've got the lobster. I'm going to do some vinegar scraps on top of there. I've got a curry sauce, and then some fresh peas, and then some potato as well.
I grew up with amazing fish and chips, so I don't recall ever finding a lobster in there.
Well, it's a bit more refined, I would say.
So are there going to be any twists or surprises, Jono, that you like to add to your cooking here?
I think there is no surprises. I think this is just technical skill and a showcase of flavour today. Simple cooking, done properly, and deliver the brief.
Jono, do tell me, you're not going to batter and deep fry that lobster, are you?
No, definitely not. That would be sacrilege. I'm I'm going to look after the lobster.
Lobster, fish and chips, Jono. Looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Jono's chosen some cracking ingredients off the table. Lobster, but not lobster as we know it. He's doing a version of fish and chips. Lobster is very easy to ruin. 30 seconds, 20 seconds of the wrong way, it can be undercooked, 30 seconds the other way, and it can be overcooked. He needs to be very careful and he needs to get his timings just right. I'm also serving it with a curry sauce. I like that. Curry sauce with chips. It's known all over the UK. As a young kid coming home from school from time to time with a bit of pocket money, this portion of chips and a bit of curry sauce on the side was always a treat.
The danger of any dish that we know is a classic or traditional, like a fish and chips, is we want to be transported to that memory when we eat it, and that's exactly what Jono's got to get right.
Chefs, you've had 30 minutes. 30 minutes have gone.
30-year-old Scottish chef Ross spent 6 years travelling and cooking around the world. He's now settled in Edinburgh and works as a sous chef in a care home. Ross is impressed by combining skillful cooking with a light touch.
Looking forward to the invention test. It's all down to keeping the nerves under control, I think. Ignoring what's going on around you, just focusing 100% on the dishes. Just gonna try and imagine I'm back in my kitchen at home or whatever, just cooking some dinner for me and the missus.
Ross has got the hake and he's got langoustines. He's also using fried panko crumbs as almost sort of the crispy bits that he's going to put on the dish. We have some onion rings and a take on a tartar sauce. He's got some fondant potatoes to represent chips. So he's got all the elements there. Hake, I certainly don't want it overcooked. If he overcooks it, all the water will come out and the fish will just break up. It's a very, very delicate fish when it's pan-fried.
Langoustines, he's got to be careful when he does cook them that they don't catch and they don't break.
Ross, what do you think of this challenge?
When you get presented with a table like that, you know, all that fresh, amazing produce, you have to enjoy it, you know. Take it with both hands and try and do some of that produce justice. And who doesn't love the seaside, so, you know.
Are we going to the Scottish seaside on your dish?
Yeah, not too far off. When I was younger, you know, all family that jump in a car, go to the seaside. We've got amazing fish up the northeast of Scotland. Haddock, cod, very similar to what it is we've got today. You know, I find it quite easy to come up with a dish and just got to stay calm and hopefully you guys enjoy it.
Chefs, you have 20 minutes left.
Originally from Nepal, 34-year-old Santosh spent 13 years working in hotels in India and Montenegro before moving to the UK in 2011. He's now head chef in a fine dining Indian restaurant in London. So far, his big flavors and subtle spicing have won over the judges.
Basically, I'm a European chef and Indian chef. And I try to create a new cuisine, combining the ingredients together, what goes with the what. So I'm very innovative. Just want to see wow from the judges.
I love the sound of Santosh's dish. I love the choice of ingredients, the combinations that he's putting together. Lobster, oyster, avocado with a saffron, lemon, tomato, smoked paprika sauce. Yes, please.
The lobster sounds delicious. He's quickly blanched it, and then he's coated it in a yogurt ginger saffron marinade. The sauce has got saffron and tomato, smoked paprika through it, and he's also got the shells from the lobster to impart more flavour.
Char-grilled avocado. I have to say, I don't think I've had that before. Char-grilled with a little bit of spice, yeah.
How do you feel about the challenge, something inspired by the seaside?
Difficult for me because of this is a seafood challenge. But I'm from Nepal and we have only mountain. We don't have any sea, only mountain. I never forget. I was 15 years old. I went to India for work purpose. So I see first time sea there.
You were 15 years old?
Yes. But I have a good memory when I went to Spain and I was having some lobster with some saffron flavor sauce. When I'm bringing that memory, bringing here for you.
Looking forward to it.
Namaste.
At just 25, Essex-based Alex has already had 9 years' experience working at kitchens in the UK and Europe. He's now head chef at the local restaurant where he started his career as a pot wash.
I had a good start, really good comments. I think I impressed the judges with the classical kind of cooking. That is kind of me, so that's the way I've learned. But I like to kind of put a modern twist on it. But there's loads more to show.
Alex, seafood, what does that mean to you?
For me, it means like Norfolk. I used to go to Norfolk as a child a lot, like Nan and Grandad and family. So I'm based on that a little bit. So I've chosen the hake. Then I'm doing like a mussel and cream sauce with some caviar to go through the end and some chives. Then I've got some sea herbs. And then I've just got a few kind of little crispy elements.
The coast is all about you, Gran and Grandad,
Yeah.
some fish and chips, and great memories.
Go for an ice cream at the end.
Alex, we'll let you crack on.
Thank you very much.
Hake, crispy new potatoes, got a mussel sauce with some sea herbs running through it. He's going to finish the sauce with a touch of caviar and chives. Pickled cucumber on the dish as well.
Sea herbs, you know, they don't even need to be cooked, and if they do, it's got to be done very quickly.
There's nowhere to hide with this dish. It's got to look good, taste good, and it's got to be executed to perfection. Chefs, we've got 8 minutes left. 8 minutes.
Chefs, last finishing touches. That's it, guys. Time's up.
Finished.
First up is Jono, who's made his take on fish and chips. Poached lobster with deep-fried vinegar scraps, crispy spiralized potatoes, fresh peas, and finish with a tartare and curry sauce.
Jono, I really like your presentation. Very modern and unlike any fish and chip dish that I've had. The lobster is beautifully cooked. This is a really lovely lobster dish. They've got the curry running through that sauce. It's not until I have the vinegar scraps and a bit of the crisps from the potatoes, I can then relate it to fish and chips. It's fun, but it's delicious. I think you've nailed it. Great job there, Jono.
Thank you very much, Monica.
The tartar sauce element of the dish and the curry sauce flavours, looking at the plate of food, I didn't think I would find them, but they are there. They're sitting underneath this dish, bringing a lovely little twist. It's a twist that's not visual, and it's a twist that is unexpected, which I think is absolutely a really clever thing to do. The peas are great. The lobster is beautifully cooked. Love the little crispy potatoes. That's great. That represents the chips, but I just love the scraps. The scraps with the vinegar, sensational. It's a refined piece of work, touching all of the right notes. Very, very good indeed, Jono.
Over the moon, ecstatic. Yeah, the comments were amazing. As soon as they said seaside, I was like, boom, I know what I'm doing. Straight away, fish and chips. And absolutely smashed it.
Care Home sous chef Ross has cooked pan-fried hake with panko breadcrumbs, served with blanched langoustine, potato fondants, crispy shallot rings, sea vegetables, and a clam, white wine, and caper sauce.
Your fish is very well cooked. It's got really good flavour. The sauce is delicious. It just lacks a bit of body, a bit more power. It's still very good, though. It works very well with the dish, but the langoustine cookery is not great. Don't think you blanched them for long enough. I think when you took the skin off, you slightly tore the beautiful flesh. And when that happens, you need to ask yourself, should I be putting these on the plate? Not all bad, Ross, but I think it needs a little bit more work.
Ross, what's really obvious on this plate is the langoustine on top, which should be the star sitting there. It's very obvious it's not being prepared properly, so it doesn't look right. Things like that, you know as a chef, it's not right. Leave it off. The fish cooking is beautiful, it's lovely, and that crumb with a hint of lemon running through it is divine. The clam sauce is nice. The dill and the capers running through it is delightful. There are things I like here. It's just a disappointment with the langoustine. Such a beautiful ingredient.
I do probably beat myself up probably a bit more than necessary sometimes, but you know, it's far from a disaster. So yeah, just focus on the positive things. I'm gonna come back swinging now, so yeah, let's see what happens.
Inspired by his travels to Spain, Santosh has cooked saffron-marinated lobster, oyster mushroom tempura, spicy char-grilled avocado and sea vegetables, served with sliced radish and a tomato, smoked paprika, coconut, and cream sauce.
Santosh, I like how your dish looks and the colours on it. You've got the flavours of the saffron running through the sauce and tomato, and I do like the hints of the spices that's running through the lobster. The lobster, it's a little bit overcooked for my liking. A minute less, and you'd have the perfect cooking. I love the inspiration behind it and what you're trying to capture here. I just find it's a disappointment that the key ingredient, which is the lobster, slightly overcooked for what it should be.
You have great flavours in your cookery. There is absolutely no two ways about that. You've definitely got saffron in this dish. I mean, it's really big in the saffron flavour. But what is missing for me are other elements. There's a little bit, and I mean a little bit, of the oyster mushroom. There's a little bit of avocado, and there's a little bit of radish. I would like a little bit more.
I'm feeling great, but I could have done better. For me, it was difficult because I'm not grown in a seaside, or I didn't work in a seafood restaurant. Quite difficult, yeah.
Last up is head chef Alex. He's serving pan-seared hake with fondant potatoes, crispy new potatoes, mussels, blanched sea herbs, pickled cucumber, caviar, finished with a mussel, caviar and cream sauce.
Lovely presentation. Sauce looks good. Great colours. The sauce, you've got real depth and body of the mussel flavour in there. You've reduced it beautifully well. It's not over salty. The mussel's beautifully cooked. Love little crunchy potatoes around the plate. The dish has lovely harmony. Alex, well done.
Alex, what you've given me is perfectly cooked hake, just falling apart, delightful. The sauce, it's got the right amount of richness to it. You know, the consistency is fantastic. And the nice amount of garnish of the sea veg to enjoy the eating of this dish. Brilliant, brilliant fish course. Invention test, you know, it's about coming up with a great dish on the spot and digging deep into that repertoire that you have as a chef. And I think you've got it absolutely spot on. For me, my favourite plate of the day.
Yeah, amazing, yeah, great comments again. They're really happy. To have the plate of the day, really didn't expect it. Buzzing.
Great round, guys. Every time you are coming back into this kitchen, we get a better understanding of who you are as chefs and what your style of cooking is like.
Jono, you cooked some great food so far. Lovely little touches, great surprises. Keep them coming. Ross, if it's not good enough, don't put it on the plate. Santosh, great flavour, great spice work. Refinement is what we need to see now. Alex, you set your own bar very high. Keep it going.
Get yourselves prepared. What's up next will be the critics.
You don't get to cook for the critics every day. Grab it with both hands and make it count. Chefs, go and take a well-earned break. We look forward to seeing you in the next round. Off you go.
What a great day in the kitchen. Invention tests, sometimes we get a lot of nerves and things don't quite work out, but I thought our 4 chefs delivered great dishes of food today.
I'm very excited for our critics to eat the food of these fantastic chefs. They are so diverse, so different. Our critics are in for a treat.
Chefs, great to have you back in our kitchen. This is the critics round. Waiting to sample your food are Tom Parker Bowles and Grace Dent. Trust me, you want to get it right for this.
You're not only cooking for 2 of the leading food critics in the country, you're also cooking for a place in our semi-finals. You will have 1 hour and 15 minutes to cook 2 of your finest dishes. Off you go.
Obviously, everything that's going on just now, you know, isolation and stuff. I'm not sure what way the critics will be, whether they'll be a bit more relaxed and forgiving, or whether, you know, they've not been able to criticise some food for a while, so they're going to want to make up for lost time. It's going to be a tough day, but I'm looking forward to hopefully redeeming myself in this round, so.
What does a place in our semi-finals mean to you?
God knows what will happen if I get through today, but I'm just going to get the head down, the blinkers on, and just go for it now.
What are you cooking for the critics?
Torched mackerel with beetroot 2 ways, horseradish cream, roasted hazelnuts, dill oil, and fennel.
Well, beetroot to mackerel horseradish, classic. Followed by?
Breast of chicken. I'm going to crisp up the skin, turn that into a crumb, and then I've got roasted cauliflower puree, pickled cauliflower, crispy cauliflower leaves, panko crumbed oysters, and a chicken sauce.
I read this menu and I know exactly what I'm going to get. So I want to execute it to perfection. The mackerel's got to be beautifully cooked. He's torching it, which is a lovely way to cook it.
The horseradish needs to have the right balance. Don't want it too hot because it will just take over the whole dish. Roasted hazelnuts for texture and a little bit of dill oil to finish the plate with a lovely green colour.
His main course is a breast of chicken. We've got cauliflower textures, we've got pickled, crispy, roasted, and a chicken crumb, which he's making from the skin of the chicken. I like the sound of that.
Again, chicken dish, it's familiar. The roasted cauliflower with chicken crumb, chicken sauce. I've had these before. It's all about the cookery, the elevation, and a fantastic presentation.
I'm very excited to cook for critics, and this is a lifetime opportunity. Exactly what I have in a menu, if I put in the plate, I'm in for next round. If I'm not, then bye-bye, Santosh, I start working from tomorrow.
Santosh, you're looking very frantic. Have you given yourself a lot of work?
Yes, I have taken very big challenge and very big risk for today.
Do you mind telling me what you've put on the menu then?
I'm cooking octopus, marinate in a Nepalese spice, hemp seed chutney, and curry yogurt.
So we've got an octopus starter.
Yeah.
Okay, and main course we have
Lamb rump with a Nepalese goat curry sauce. A very typical Nepalese style bread. We call jungle bread. Instead of a stick, I'm using lemongrass and bamboo shoot pickle.
Listen, you've got so much to do. I'm going to move before you lose a finger. Good luck to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Santosh. Phew, he is running 100 miles an hour because he's got so much work to do.
Oh, goodness.
He's starting with an octopus dish, which has been marinated and then cooked in a pressure cooker. He's going to serve that with nettle leaf and potato. We have a taro leaf terrine. Taro leaf, I'm so excited about it. I grew up with taro leaf. It's a bit like a spinach.
So this is your terrine, yeah?
Yeah, this is a baby leaf.
And how big's a big leaf?
Big leaf I can cover. So sometime I go in Nepal and then we just have like an umbrella using like this.
He's going to roll it up and then steam it, a bit like a Swiss roll shape.
Santosh's main course is lamb rump, Nepalese goat curry sauce, bamboo shoot pickle, crispy okra. Santosh is marinating the lamb rump. Good lamb rump cookery is all about the timing and a good resting before you carve it.
All of this together is new to me. I hope Santosh has thought about how he's going to present this food because it's got to look amazing.
Cooking for the critics will be good, fun, be difficult. It's a different kind of aspect than cooking for the judges. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Someone else will kind of try my food and hopefully they like it. It's going to be a bit nervous walking in and giving the dishes. But yeah, I think it'll be right, hopefully.
Alex, what are you cooking for our critics?
Fatty tuna tartare, dashi broth, avocado puree, and like red pepper curls.
What have you got in the tartare?
So I'm using the belly, first of all, just to kind of get a really nice kind of fatty part. And then I've got some spring onions in there, coriander, lime zest, really fresh, fragrant and delicious.
Good. Main course?
Poached chicken breast, chicken crumb, cauliflower four ways, cauliflower couscous, pickle, puree, and a coleslaw on the outside from the green leaves.
I've not had a cauliflower slaw before.
Yours today?
You look like you're enjoying yourself.
Yeah, I'm loving it. I want to carry on.
Not many chefs enjoy cooking for those lot out there, those critics. I'm going to leave you be.
Thank you very much.
Alex has got a miso charred tuna as well as a tartare. He's doing avocado puree, dashi broth.
Dashi broth is just a great deep flavoured broth. It's light in colour but big in flavour. Lovely fishy flavour in the background. Really nice. And split with that parsley oil. That should work very well.
Alex's starter is then followed by a chicken main course. We've got the breast, we've got a chicken crumb, we've got cauliflower textures in a couscous, we have a cauliflower puree and also pickled cauliflower. The chicken breast can be beautifully cooked. We don't want it to dry out. We want that crispiness of that crumb for more texture and flavour of the roasted chicken coming through it.
Good chicken sauce, nice reduction, white wine, lots of stock in there, beautifully cooked. You want the sauce to taste of chicken. That is it.
Alex is using English truffles. We want to taste that through this dish. Chicken and truffles? Yes, please.
Still gonna have to impress the judges today, but I think the flavour of these dishes is gonna be the star of the show today. They're creative, they're innovative, they're delicious. So it's everything that the judges and the critics would ask for. So today, I'm gonna take it with both hands.
Are you going to showcase the quirkiness, the excitement that you've had in your food throughout this?
Definitely I am.
Tell me, what's in your menu?
Secretos with enoki mushrooms, morning glory, and pineapple weed.
Fab. Secretos, Iberico pork.
Exactly.
What's the dessert?
Dessert is going to be a bone marrow creme brulee with wild fruit salad and some elderflower vinegar.
I've never had a bone marrow creme brulee. Are you nervous because you're unsure how the critics are going to find this?
Yeah, definitely nervous for the critics, I think, and for yourself, if I'm honest. Deep down inside, a little shaky.
Jono's menu sounds really interesting and exciting. Main course, the Iberico pork, which he's serving with enoki mushrooms and a sweet and sour sauce, as well as pineapple weed. This is Jono's take of a sweet and sour pork. So he's got hints of chili going through, a bit of coriander and spring onions as well. This is a very expensive pork that Jono is using, so you want to serve it perfectly.
I think it's Jono's dessert that could divide the crowd. I've never seen a creme brulee served in a bone before.
The concern here is the bone marrow has so much fat. Creme brulee normally with rich cream as well. There is the danger of this almost splitting. I can't wait to see whether this works.
It's incredibly exciting to be back on MasterChef, seeing new talent coming through. I'm not interested in trends. What I care about is a beautiful looking, delicious tasting plate of food. That's what matters.
Coming in on days like this and seeing the cream of British chefs is one of the most exciting things that you can do. I get to eat some of the finest, most innovative food that's being cooked in Britain today.
Ross, you've got about 3 minutes left.
Yep, just wait to start plating just now.
So everything's ready?
Get in there, yep.
Your fish is still raw.
Yeah, I'm just going to quickly blow torch it just now.
Last minute.
Yep, last minute, nice and fresh.
Ross, his starter is torched mackerel, pickled beetroot, shaved fennel, whipped horseradish, roasted hazelnuts, and dill oil.
Maybe it's going to be absolutely delicious, but this isn't an innovative menu. It's torched mackerel with whipped horseradish. He can elevate this if the mackerel is incredibly fresh and we can tell it's been torched.
The freshness of the mackerel is all important, but I want the pickle to sort of pucker.
They're waiting.
20 seconds, chef.
Ready?
Yep.
Good luck.
Hi.
It's torched mackerel with whipped horseradish, pickled yellow beetroot, choggia beetroot as well, shaved fennel, hazelnuts, and dill oil.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I think this is absolutely beautiful.
I hope it tastes as good as it looks. This has crunch and texture, the toasted hazelnuts, the freshness of the fish, big burst of acidity from that pickle. It's a really lovely plate of food.
I love the fact that we are not even discussing the mackerel.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
It's delicious. I would have liked to have tasted more of the torch about it.
The mackerel has been nicely cooked. The garnish has got a little texture to it. I thought there'd be a little bit more horseradish flavour running into the horseradish cream. I like the flavours. I feel that the fish just needs just a little bit more seasoning.
Clearly, Ross has taken his time to think about how he was going to present this. It looks lovely. My mackerel is a little bit over. I prefer it sort of just charred. It's a nice dish. I just feel Ross could have really nailed every part of this dish to make it really stand out.
You're a little bit over time. Can you catch up some time with the main course?
I'm going to try my very best.
Ross's main course, breasted chicken, panko crumbed oysters, roasted cauliflower puree.
I think anybody this year who is serving Restaurant Critics cauliflower puree, after the amount of flack it's had in our columns, is really, really brave.
Right, Ross, you got 3 minutes left.
Yep.
We on time?
Yeah, just finishing touches. If anything, I might just be 60 seconds late, chef.
That pickled cauliflower will be all important. It's crying out for acidity. It's all a bit bland and beige, isn't it?
What are you doing over there?
I'm just frying the oysters off, chef.
You're gonna need to be quick.
Yep.
Ross, your time's up. You're going to have to plate up.
Yep.
Cooked okay?
Yeah.
Right, you are quite a bit late.
So it's a breasted chicken with chicken skin crumb, roasted cauliflower puree, pickled cauliflower, crisp cauliflower leaves, charred spring onion, panko crumbed oyster, and a chicken sauce.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
you. I have mixed feelings about Ross's main course. Not very imaginative. Doesn't feel like innovative food.
It is slightly 50 Shades of Beige, but he's shown us in that first course what he can do. So at this point, I think we just dig in. I was worrying about the blandness, but that pickled cauliflower is, you know, tongue-puckering. Every technical aspect, from the poaching of the chicken to the skin to the panko oyster, it's all brilliantly done.
What do you think of the spring onion, though?
It doesn't ruin the dish, but you could take it away and it wouldn't matter.
It's not the most imaginative dish that I've ever had, but I think he may have even changed my opinion on pureed cauliflower, because that is delicious.
Chicken is nicely cooked. The cauliflower puree, it's nice, it's smooth. My favourite thing on this plate is the panko deep-fried oyster. It's beautiful, it's crispy, the oyster hasn't overcooked, and then it's delicious. The sauce, it just tastes of over-reduced chicken stock. There's no real depth. There's some nice bits of this plate of food, but there's no real excitement about it.
I have to say I'm a little bit underwhelmed. He was rushing. It just looked like he was just throwing everything on top of everything. We've had better dishes from Ross.
The hardest round yet. It's not every day you're cooking for two of the most renowned critics. We're two of the best chefs in the UK looking over your shoulder, so looking back, yeah, happy.
Santosh, 7 minutes before your octopus starter is due. Are we going to be on time?
Yes.
Good to know.
So Santosh is cooking spiced char-grilled octopus, nettle leaf and potato, taro leaf terrine.
A taro leaf terrine, this actually makes me excited.
I think that all of it just looks exciting and delicious, and things that I've never eaten before. I've never eaten hemp seed chutney.
I just love the idea of the spiced char-grilled octopus, let alone anything else. It's full of promise.
Got about a minute to go. Taro leaf terrine is on the plate. Octopus is on. That is the...
Hemp seed chutney. And then we have curry yogurt.
I'm loving the colours on this plate.
I can't believe you actually got all the elements done. Is that the last thing to go on?
Yes, last thing, yeah. I'm done. Thank you. I'm done.
Off you go. Smile.
Thank you.
I did Nepalese spice octopus and nettle leaf and potato. Then we have a curry yogurt, hemp seed chutney, and colocasia leaf terrine.
Amazing. I am going to go out on a limb and say this is the most beautiful plate of food I've ever been served on MasterChef.
It sings off the plate, doesn't it? The colours, the vibrancy, you can smell it. There's real art in this.
Yeah.
The octopus is soft, sweet. This taro leaf terrine is exquisite. The flavours just, poof, they don't overwhelm.
I loved how much depth and kick, even those tiny little potatoes. I just want an enormous bowl of those potatoes.
That hemp seed chutney has a sharpness, a green verdancy that cuts through every bit of this dish. Lovely bit of chutney.
Wow, that is hot. The octopus is cooked perfectly. The hemp seed chutney is delicious. It's got a kick to it. It's got body, it's got energy. And the tempered yoghurt just mellows the plate down beautifully, beautifully well. The taro leaf terrine is knockout. Knockout because it blows your head clean off. It works, it's different, it's a great piece of cookery.
I love this man's food. Santosh can cook for me any day of the week. The octopus, it is perfect. It is just melting away. I can't wait for the main course.
All on track?
Yes, we will be all right.
Does that lamb need to cook more?
Yes.
Get it in the oven.
Santosh's main is lamb rump, Nepalese goat curry sauce, garlic jungle bread, fat hen, and red charred cress.
Whoa.
I just want that now.
This, I mean, these are things I haven't tasted a lot of, I'll be honest. I've had various goat curry sauces, but Nepalese, it just makes me really, really hungry.
Yeah.
Santosh, you've got 2 minutes before we go. What is that you're putting in there, Santosh?
Fat hen.
Fat hen.
Yeah.
What else is going on here?
Okra on the top, this it.
Crispy okra.
Yeah.
Right, time's up.
Okay, I'm done.
Off you go, Santosh. Well done.
Thank you. So we have a lamb rump, and then we have a goat curry sauce, and then we have a crispy okra on the top, and then we have a jungle bread.
It's actually pretty well done lamb. How often do we get that?
Never, ever.
I did fear that this was actually going to be quite tough when I looked at it, but what he's done is perfectly cooked the whole thing through. There's different levels of heat coming through. There's heat in the okra, there's heat in the lamb. I have never seen anything like that bamboo shoot.
It's that pickled bamboo, two kinds, as crunch, sharpness, acidity. The fat hen gives you a tangle of greens. I just say this bread. This has proper anchovies in there, and garlic, and a little bit of lemongrass, and it just works. And this goat curry sauce, I could bathe in that.
I really like the curry goat sauce. It's got a lot of flavour. I enjoy dipping the jungle bread into the sauce, almost like bread and gravy, which I find really quite fun. Unfortunately for me, the lamb, it's overcooked and it's become very chewy.
The lamb for me is slightly over. There were some pink bits here, but only just. In saying that, I love the marinade with the yogurt and some spices that's around it. The fat hen, it's sort of spinach-like, so that works nicely. The main course is good, but I know it could be so much better if Santosh got everything on here right.
I'm feeling great now. I'm very happy, very happy. I had a comment about refinement in the last invention round, and this was an example for refinement.
Alex, we've got 3 minutes.
Yeah, almost there, about to plate up now.
Brilliant.
Alex's starter. Miso charred tuna, fatty tuna tartare, avocado puree, dashi broth, ponzu gel, and red pepper curls.
Do you know what worries me? It's avocado puree, because that isn't an incredibly strong flavour at the best of times.
It could be subtle, delicate, and exquisite, but it also could be pretty dull.
Be careful carrying those plates, Alex.
Yes, chef.
Very nice.
Thank you. We have a miso charred tuna loin, and in the Frida brick tube, we've got a fatty tuna tartare. And on the top, we've got avocado puree, red pepper curls, and then on the side, we have a dashi broth with some parsley oil.
The tuna's cooked beautifully. Alex has obviously got skill. The dashi broth is actually really good.
The dashi broth is a gorgeous colour, but I can taste no difference whatsoever between the tuna tartare and the miso tuna.
My initial thought is it's under-seasoned. It needs a lick of salt in there.
The crispy pastry with the tuna tartare in there is my favourite part. It's got lovely texture. You can taste the red pepper.
I like the presentation of the dish. It was really nice once you poured the dashi stock into it. What this dish is lacking is just the seasoning.
15 minutes to go for your main.
Yes.
Are we going to be all right?
Yes, chef.
OK.
Alex's main course is chicken breast with crispy chicken crumb, cauliflower, English truffle, and chicken jus.
Cauliflower again. What is it with the cauliflower?
Alex, how are we doing? You've got 2 minutes left.
Almost there, chef.
Is that your coleslaw?
Yeah, chef, that's the coleslaw just from the outer leaves. And then we've got the couscous to go on now.
Ready?
Yes, chef.
Right, let's go.
So just to finish off the dish, we've got some English truffle.
For Alex's second course, he's cooked poached chicken breast, crispy chicken crumb, cauliflower 4 ways, pickled, couscous, coleslaw and burnt puree, with a wood sorrel and chicken jus.
That was really tough. I was happy with the dishes, so that's all I can do. If I'm happy, hopefully they're happy.
There's a really orderly way about the way that this chef cooks. Everything's very, very thought out.
It's very difficult to cook chicken breast, so it's actually succulent. But the chicken's beautifully cooked. I like the English truffle in there. It's not overwhelming. I like the crunch of the skin. And I like that pickled cauliflower. A little bit of acidity is great. The gravy, it's quite reduced. It's quite old school in its way. Sticky, a little bit sweet.
This is actually a rather accomplished plate.
The truffle with the chicken, marriage made in heaven. The chicken is cooked beautifully. Love the amount of crumb that he's got on the top, and it's all crispy.
I love the cauliflower slaw. I love the grated cauliflower because that's nice and fresh and gives a bite. And then you've got the pickled cauliflower and you've got the cauliflower puree, all working in harmony with each other. This is a fabulous dish. It works really well. John, you're looking very well organised.
Thank you.
What have you got left to do?
Get the pork, give it a couple more minutes, let it rest, and then reheat the garnish and sauce, and we're ready to go.
Great stuff.
Jono's starter, secretos, sweet and sour, enoki, morning glory, and pineapple weed.
OK.
Happy?
Perfect.
I love enoki. I mean, it's beautiful. It doesn't taste very much. Morning glory is greens with loads of soy and garlic, in which I absolutely love. Pineapple weed, no idea.
No, it's like walking through a very trendy market, then going foraging. It's an enigma, this one.
What have you got left to go on there?
We've got some wild rice, just for texture.
Nice. Are you done?
30 seconds. Pineapple weed powder, just for a little smell. I'm done.
Right.
Go and take it.
So we have secretos pork with the enoki mushrooms, morning glory, and then some pineapple weed as well.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy.
This is very rare pork, matched with an incredibly intense pineapple marmalade with raw coriander and a slightly overdone fancy mushroom. With absolute respect to Jono, I hate this.
You see, and I love it for you hating it. I think it's great. The rare cooked pork, some people have a problem with rare cooked pork. I think it's not such a problem if it's good quality. I love that sweet and sour sauce. It has a sweetness, it has a richness. I just love this, like, yeah. Not subtle, but there's talent here.
Wow. What a fantastic piece of cookery. Pork is cooked perfectly well. The garnishes just all work in harmony with each other. The sweet and sour sauce is just absolutely delicious.
Sweet and sour sauce, so much flavour, the perfect balance. It just sings of real confidence on the ingredients and its methods of cookery. I hope that brulee to follow is going to be as good as this.
Bone marrow dessert?
I don't know what to say. I'm just trying to clean down.
Me either.
I love Jono's second course. I will never forget the day that I said this. He's made us bone marrow creme brulee with wild fruit salad and elderflower vinegar.
Sweetness and bone marrow doesn't always go together.
I have never had a wild fruit salad. Never.
I think Jono's menu could either be spectacular, something we've never tasted before, or it could be an out-and-out disaster.
You done?
Yes.
Right, take your 2 best ones.
Well done, Jono.
Thank you.
That is my first bone marrow creme brulee. The fruit garnish on the side is super sharp, but it works very well for me with the sweetness of this creme brulee. Really interesting dessert from Jono. I've quite enjoyed it.
Do I like it? Yes, I do. But without the fruit on the side, you'd find this quite difficult to eat. This is the type of dessert that you either love it or you hate it, and I'm really interested to see what our critics think of it.
Ooh.
The first taste is delicious, and you think, this is amazing. Then you get a bit of the dripping taste. So it's creme brulee with dripping. You can't fault the thinking behind this. If you don't like your puddings with a healthy dose of beef fat in, you probably won't like this.
I can still taste dripping on my back tooth, and I only had a small spoon of it. It's kind of half exquisite pudding and half practical joke.
It needs refinement, but the thinking behind that is rather beautiful for me.
I'm very happy with the dishes, 100% happy. I came and did what I was supposed to do today, executed them to perfection.
All 4 chefs delivered some fantastic plates of food. I think our critics ate well today.
Our chefs are really performing at the highest level, and we couldn't ask any more from them. Santos's menu did sound good. He really did bring Nepal into the kitchen today. His octopus dish was delicious, beautifully cooked, melt in the mouth, lovely level of spice, great piece of cookery.
The lamb rump main course, beautiful.
The critics loved Santos's food. Alex's invention test was outstanding, great piece of cookery.
I think Alex has been cooking so strongly in the competition. I was a little underwhelmed with his starter.
But his main course, the chicken, was beautifully cooked, lovely sauce, and I really did enjoy the cauliflower slaw. It brought a lovely freshness to his plate.
I do like Jono's ideas and how he's working with his food.
Pork was beautifully cooked. The sweet and sour sauce was incredible, complemented the dish beautifully well.
This was followed by his dessert, which was always going to divide people, and that was the bone marrow creme brulee.
Different, unusual. Wow. This chef is certainly developing in this kitchen.
Ross's menu, there is nothing that we don't know about these dishes. We've had these flavours before. It was all going to be about perfect execution.
The mackerel was beautifully torched. I liked the beetroot, the pickling, the fresh beetroot. It was a nice dish.
The main course was a chicken main course. We had the crispy panko crumb oyster, which I thought was the best thing on there. I love that, beautifully cooked.
The critics love Ross's food. Lovely menu. He's certainly a chef in the mix.
Being on the cusp of the semi-finals now is... I can't think about it.
To get the semi-finals would be amazing. Kind of all this hard work, hopefully it all pays off. I don't want to go out now.
I want to stay in a competition for sure. However, whatever come, I will be happy.
So I hope that I get through. I think I've done enough, hopefully.
This is tough. Which of these chefs, Marcus, are we going to take through to our semi-finals?
Chefs, thank you. We have made our decision. The first chef going through to our semi-finals is Santosh. The second chef going through to our semi-finals is Alex. We have also decided to take a third chef through. And the third chef going through to our semi-finals is Jono. Ross, thank you so much. Great competition.
Good luck, lads. You know, I went out today and I gave it everything. I did my best. And I couldn't have lost out to 3 better guys.
Well done, chefs. This is going to make for a very exciting semi-final.
I'm very proud of being Nepalese, and this is an amazing thing I have done for my country, I think.
I'm over the moon, absolutely over the moon to say that I'm a semi-finalist. Today I said I was going to take it with both hands, and I did that today.
I didn't think I was going to get this far, but to kind of be in the semi-finals is incredible.
Next time, another group of professionals fight for their place in the quarter-finals.
Get the orange juice in.
Orange juice.
10 minutes for your masterpiece.
Every single mouthful is a delight. Absolutely is delicious.